8520-4. I repeat, 8520-4. Reparations is becoming a national discussion, and we're going to see where it's heading. All right, good morning, family. Yo, man, we about to go down right now. It's about to go down. I'm running late. It's crazy right now. Y'all see the computer over there? We ain't still put it together yet. We waiting for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm about to start the show. So, you got what I need. You're all I need. This is Rez. Produced by Storm 9000. I try to play my family. So, you know, if there's any artists out there, local artists, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about all the copyright bullshit and all that shit, you know, because I ain't making no, you know what I'm saying? No big money. But, you know, if you want to get your stuff on, hit me up. Let's get it. My jewelry. I forgot my jewelry. I got my shine on. We get started. Y'all a little taste of the Daily Toast. It be about it's hyper fast, so just let y'all go on and see what happened kind of behind the scenes. All right, so let's go and get the day started. All right, so I made it to the crib. Another one of those days, right? Just, you know, summer for what I do is, it was supposed to be, I ain't gonna say laid back, but it give me time to experiment and explore different ideas. I really didn't have that luxury this summer because of the COVID thing. It was other things that took precedent. Um, so um, right now we are tuning up and getting ready for this coming year. So I got maybe a couple of days of time to really start thinking about my my position is one. I'm placed over discipline and in some cases over attendance type situations. And my task is to constantly try to figure out how to best apply that. So the method that a lot of schools throughout the country are using is a system called PBIS, Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports. And from a culture standpoint, that's basically culture building. That's what I do. So I'm trying to think about, got to be innovative in these days because in Columbus, at least in Columbus, the first 9 weeks will be over the internet, will be virtual learning. How do we enforce the behaviors that we want to see in our young people as well as our staff, as well as administration? Because when you talk about changing the culture, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people think that it's only about changing the rank and file when it's actually about changing the the system, because culture is a system, and it works from top to bottom, and everybody is involved in the culture. So in order to have a cultural shift, everyone has to be involved. Everyone. So how do you get this across to adults who feel that it's not they're not the issue? And I'm talking about staff, administration, and parents, including myself, right? And how do you get this across to the children? You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with us. We're just being children. So nobody feels that they're doing wrong. And in a sense, if this was the type of culture we was trying to build, everybody would be doing what they're supposed to be doing. But if we want a culture that's going to push ourselves and our children towards excellence, you know what I'm saying, we have to be willing to all change. Because if the culture's not driving towards excellence, then we need to break down that culture. In a sense, there's an old Bible scripture that, I'm going to misquote, but it says that if the tree is not bearing fruit, slash it down and throw it in the fire. And I'm seeing that the tree is not bearing fruit. The culture is supposed to bear fruit. Whether we're talking about in the school, or we're talking about nation building, or whatever, if it's not bearing fruit, then it is useless. There's nothing. One of the most useless things in the world is a fruitless fruit tree. Just saying. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to bear fruit. So when you have something that is, what's the word? Sterile? I think the word might be sterile, right? Because what American culture does, what American culture, which is an offshoot of West Asian culture, what it does, it compiles a group of poor and struggling people together and produce a sterile culture. That's the loop that we have been involved in, because the culture covers all the areas of life, and economics, social, educational, law. You know what I'm saying? All the areas of life. That's what your culture is supposed to is supposed to influence, as well as guide Now, the issue we have is that we are being guided by a culture that was not designed for us to succeed. And when I say us, I mean ADOS. I mean black people. The cultures that we're trying to integrate into were not designed for our survival, but was designed for the survival and the advancement of others. Now, the sooner we could wrestle with that, and the sooner we put that up here, the sooner we're going to get free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the type of freedom that I think a lot of people is dreaming about. What do you mean, Brother Hot Tim? I think a lot of people think that freedom is about being able to do whatever the fuck you want to when you want to. No, that's children's freedom. That's freedom of adolescence. You understand what I'm saying? That's not man and woman freedom. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us that are in the circle, in my school circle as well as in my community circle, that have that view of freedom need to be kicked out. I'm just saying, if that is your vision of freedom, I'm grown, I can do what I want to type shit, fuck on, keep it moving. You need to find a culture, which there probably is not one, where that shit works. My fault, there is one. It's the one that we currently are in right now. And it works for others. By you being able to disconnect yourself and say that the whole world rotates around you by saying that you're grown and you do what the fuck you want to do, is you basically serving the dominant culture. When we take that attitude, we are serving the dominant culture. We're really basically white people in blackface. We're blackfacing. We're blackfacing. We're pretending to be something that we are not. We want to say that we black, but yet we want to hold on to those ideas and those concepts that stop us from moving forward. You can't do that. This is not just for me. This is for all of us. This is a struggle that I have constantly with myself. Because there's been many times where I want to tell a motherfucker I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? But now, like I said, I have learned the importance of order. I was in the military when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So, I always wanted to be in the military. So, being a person that was always leaning towards military type things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, other than the nerd and comic books and all, but even that fed into that. You know what I'm saying? I understood order. I understand what it means for an elder of authority to be able to tell somebody younger what to do. I understand what it means for a person of my equal age or maybe even younger than me being in an order higher than me and being able to give an order and me not necessarily having to agree with it in order to make the shit happen. All right? You know. So I just thought I'd drop that on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Take that shit over there and get on the losing team. You know what I'm saying? We need winners. Winners on teams. You know what I'm saying? It's about the team. So we got people, and what's crazy is we got people who know sports, and they can name all of the positions, they can name all of the stars, they can give you the stats and shit, but still they run their life anti-team, anti-tribe, anti-family. Team has never been about I. Team has been about we. Family has never really been about I. It's been about we. Tribe is not about I, but it's about we. How can I move the tribe forward? I sacrifice now so that my children will have more in the future. My life is not my own. My life belongs to my family, my tribe, and my people. You know, and it took years for me to get to that point. But I'm here. And now it's like, boom, how do I get other people to get to this mind state a lot sooner than I do? Because what happens is that a lot of us in our culture, in the conscious community, in the Hotep community, whatever you want to call it. I'm confused half the time. Anyway, so don't make no difference. Whatever you call, a lot of us come into this consciousness late in life. The question is, how do we transfer this consciousness to the young people? All right, let me turn this off because say this is hot. Peace. Watch the next video. Watch the next video. Watch the next video. No, I'm just joking, family. Family, thank you for joining us. Be sure to catch us on the next video, family. Peace. Watch the next video.